Why choosing St. Moritz? I believe St. Moritz, the brand is very well known for many, many years, over 150 years. It's always been on the map for people who travel the world and like to experience wonderful winter activities and more also summer activities. It used to be renowned for the summer tourism, St. Moritz. Then the winter became more popular. But I think we have a good name, St. Moritz has a good name, and that's why people would like to come. It's similar to me like London, Monte Carlo. These are places which have been well known for years, and therefore once in a life you would like to go there, and some guests would like to return every year. Why you should choose Suvretta House? I believe Suvretta House offers an understated luxury element. We have a stunning location. We are a bit out of the town. We are not in the town center, so that means you can experience a wonderful stay full of relaxation. You have the chance to use the private ski lift in the winter. This is a USP. There is no other place in St. Moritz being able to offer their clients their own private ski lift to access over 350 kilometers of slopes. And I believe that truly if you would like to relax and chill but also do sports activities, then you should choose Suvretta House because it's also offering you privacy.
Could one say 50 years ago maybe it was a bit of a disadvantage that the Suvretta House is 2 kilometers away from the center, and now it's a big advantage because you have no tourists coming in, taking pictures, no hustle and bustle in front of the hotel?
I think the location is always key. Wherever you go worldwide, it's important to have a good location, and I truly admire the founder Anton Sebastian Bohn and Charles Sidney Goldman, who founded this place and have chosen the location the Suvretta House is positioned. They must have thought about the beauty of nature at the time, and this is luxury. There's nothing else which I think can compare to it, because the way you look out of the window or you stand in the garden, the only thing you can see is the beautiful surrounding nature, the mountain lakes, the mountains, and there is only the spire of the little chapel on the bottom of our ground, and apart from that you can't see another building. And I think this is key. Yes, maybe sometimes it can be seen as a little disadvantage, beg your pardon, but more and more, as we all know in which times we are living at the moment, to have enough space and an abundance of fresh air, you probably are doing well, because guests would like to be safe, and that's something I believe we can offer them. We can offer them enough space and an abundance of fresh air, and also the privacy, which many people more and more come back to again. Yes, this is true. If you like to have your own skiing experience and to hire the slope, then it's possible in the evenings to rent out the Corvatsch ski slope, and you have it to your own privacy. And it's something really some of our guests to appreciate, to have a larger family staying with them here at Suvretta House, and then one evening during their 2 weeks holiday to have this really very special opportunity and experience. The last refurbishment dates back 2 years ago. We have managed to do 50 rooms in a full renovation process, and after we've completed the renovation of these 50 rooms, we decided to do a refurbishment on the lobby, which has been the latest back 1.5 years ago, in order to be really from the bottom to the top fully renovated. So actually the oldest renovated room dates back to 2009. So you can see that we care about the place. We like to welcome all our new guests, but also many, many regular guests. And I think it's a very nice thing to see for them when they return. They notice there is a change. We've invested into the building, into the hotel infrastructure, and they can tell that we are not taking out the money, but we are reinvesting. And this is very important to the owners and also to Esther and me to look after the place like after a private house.
I heard you have around 70% repeaters. So what makes these guests come back?
It is a very good question. Many guests do return year after year. But I believe it's to do with the fact that we opened in 1912 the Suvretta House, and the clientele started to appreciate the offerings of Suvretta House and have passed that down for generations. We sometimes at the moment welcome 3 generations traveling together. It's all about family. And I think we've planted a little seed into every child who comes to Suvretta House. And they often, when they have to go back home, they cry at the hotel entrance because they actually would like to stay. They met friends here. And I believe this is the driver for the future as well. They would like to come back, and often everybody who has children on their own or to their own, they know often it's the children who decide where to go, and obviously they would like to come back. And also it's nice to see that we have guests, they get married, and they met actually many years ago at Suvretta House as children. So I think this is a very nice story. But often we have guests, they might not be able to come back for certain reasons because they moved location. And I had a very emotional experience at some point when a 90-year-old man came from Miami with his daughter, she's never been with us, but he said that he's on his final journey of his life, and he really wanted to show his daughter the Suvretta House, to experience this place, and he's hoping for her to return many years afterwards as well. And I think if you hear this from a guest, then you get goosebumps and you understand that there is something very special about this place. Well, we like to obviously occasionally mention some names. We never mention names who are current. So in the past, the previous emperor of Japan, Akihito, he used to be amongst our guests, and the Kennedy family as well, and of course many other stars from the past, but also from current times are coming to Suvretta House. But the reason why we don't spill the names is because we like the privacy and to offer it to them. And that's probably also the reason why they like to come to Suvretta House, because they can feel at ease and at home.
This is one of the finest hotels in Switzerland, and you are the boss of up to 320 people, as I understood, in the high winter season, and the keeper of a tradition that dates back to 1912. So let's start with a simple question. Who is Peter Egli?
That's a very good question. Well, basically, I'm managing the hotel together with my wife Esther. I was born in 1968, started into the hospitality career with an apprenticeship as a chef in a small, fine hotel and restaurant near the River Rhine on the German border. And then I obviously did the hotel management school. I worked in different places in health and golf resorts in Switzerland, and then also I did the hotel management school and worked for about 10 years in the UK when I was running a hotel in the Wiltshire countryside near Prince Charles Highgrove Estate. It was Watley Manor, a 23-bedroom hotel with 26 different gardens and 2 fantastic restaurants. One of them had actually 2 Michelin stars. And then I came back to Switzerland with my family, and started to run the Suvretta House as a managing couple together with my wife Esther, which was basically in springtime 2014. I'm a father of two. We have two grandchildren, and that's all I can say about me. I have a passion for food and beverage and luxury hotel. It's been a tradition for the Suvretta House to appoint a managing couple, and Esther and I, we were considering to may return back to Switzerland at some stage, since we had two boys. One of them had been brought up in Switzerland and in the UK, and the youngest one only in the UK. And then we at some point decided that if there is an opportunity to return to Switzerland, we would, but we were not actively looking for it. However, at some point there was an advertisement in the Neue Zürcher Zeitung which caught the eye of my wife Esther. She mentioned it to me, and since we knew the Suvretta House as guests, as we stayed in the Suvretta House the weekend before we moved out to the UK, we knew what place it is, what a wonderful opportunity that might be, and we decided to apply for the job. And so we met the owners, which was very nice to have the opportunity to speak to them in the process, and they decided that we were the right couple to take on this challenge and also this responsibility to bring the Suvretta House further into the future.
You chose a highly competitive place with five-star hotels and a demanding clientele. Is that difficult if you compare it to your former working place?
I think personally that competition is very good, because if you have competitors nearby, you are on the toes. You have to make sure that you can stand out. And that's what my aspiration always has been since I went into the trade. I always wanted to strive for the best, personally, but also with the team. And that's why I also was very happy that Esther and I got the chance to run the Suvretta House. But also, it's not all about competition, it's also about finding a place to work where you have a chance also to welcome guests. And if there are 5 other competitors nearby, that means that the light is on many clients, potential guests for you as well. And I think this is for all of us who are also hospitality colleagues, even though we are competitors, it is influential and helpful actually to have a situation like we are in.